I want to start this video by sharing something deeply personal. For years, fear of failure held me back in ways I didn't even realize. I dreamed big, but stopped myself before I even started. My mind would race with, what if it doesn't work out? What if people laugh at me? What if I fail? And one day I did fail. It was a project I poured my heart into, and it flopped. I was devastated. I felt like the world was pointing fingers at me, confirming all my worst fears. I wanted to crawl into a hole and never try again. But looking back now, I realized that failure wasn't the end of my story. It was the beginning of a much more meaningful one. That failure taught me something I couldn't have learned any other way. Fear is just a signal. It's not a wall. It's a door waiting to be opened. And today, I want to share how I pushed through that door and how you can too. Because you deserve to live boldly and chase your dreams, not let fear hold you back. Let's start by understanding this fear. The fear of failure isn't just about the act of failing. It's about the story we tell ourselves when we fail. For me, failure meant I wasn't good enough, that I didn't have what it takes. But here's the truth I wish I'd known earlier. Failure doesn't define your worth. It's simply an experience, a moment. It's what you do next that defines you. Why does failure feel so overwhelming? For me, it was the fear of judgment, what others would think if I stumbled. It was the fear of loss, of time, energy, and even my sense of identity. And then there's the brain. Our brains are wired to avoid discomfort, to play it safe. But I realized that playing it safe was robbing me of the life I wanted. Every great achievement comes with a risk of failure. That's just part of the deal. Here's the shift that changed everything for me. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's the path to it. Every stumble, every mistake, every moment I thought I couldn't go on taught me something valuable. I think of failure as a rough draft. It's messy, sure, but it's necessary. Without that draft, there's no masterpiece. And trust me, you're capable of creating your masterpiece. Let me walk you through the exact steps I took to overcome my fear of failure. These steps aren't just theories, they're what helped me rise after I fell. Step 1. Reframe failure as growth. I stopped seeing failure as a reflection of my value and started asking, what did I learn? I'll be honest, this was hard at first, but the more I practiced, the more I saw failure as a teacher, not a judge. And step 2, set realistic expectations. I used to aim for perfection, and when I fell short, it crushed me. Now I focus on progress. Breaking big goals into smaller steps gave me room to breathe and celebrate along the way. Step 3, visualize success and failure. I used to only imagine the worst case scenario, but then I asked myself, what if I succeed? That small question shifted my mindset. Success felt closer than I thought, and failure felt less intimidating. Step 4, take small, calculated risks. I didn't start by jumping into the deep end. I took small steps, things that scared me but weren't overwhelming. Each small win built my confidence brick by brick. Step 5, build a support system. When I failed, I turned to people who believed in me. Their encouragement reminded me I wasn't alone, and that my worth wasn't tied to my success or failure. Building confidence isn't a one-time fix, it's a daily commitment. These habits kept me grounded and moving forward. Practice self-compassion. I stopped beating myself up for failing and started talking to myself like a friend. Focus on effort, not outcome. I learned to celebrate trying because trying is an act of courage. Learn from failures. I kept a journal, not of successes, but of lessons learned. Stay curious. I treated challenges as experiments, not obstacles. When I felt alone in my struggles, I turned to stories of others who'd failed before succeeding. People like Thomas Edison, J.K. Rowling, and Michael Jordan showed me that failure doesn't mean the end, it means you're in good company. If they could face failure and rise, so could I, and so can you. Fear of failure will always be there, but it doesn't have to control you. Today, I stand here not because I never failed, but because I didn't let failure stop me. You can do the same. Start small, take one step, and when you stumble, remember, you're not falling behind, you're moving forward. I believe in you, and I hope After this video, you start believing in yourself too. Thank you for watching and letting me share my journey. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Let's keep growing together. See you in the next video.